last homicides, of course, I know generated much interest across the island, and a lot has been said in relation to particularly the homicide involving Joy St Omer. Before I go into more detail with that one, I want to also indicate to the public that we have made significant headway into the murder of Mr. Giovanni Roberts of Sunny Acres, which was reported to the RSLPF on the 22nd of May. As we speak, a suspect is in custody and being interviewed by investigating officials. That being said, I want to give a timeline of events. I think main events concerning Joy St Omer. That timeline, of course, will not include some details because, but I think the main issues I will express here. And so this situation first came to the Ancillary Police Station on Thursday, the 19th of February, 2026, when Miss Joy St Omer made a report of assault to the Ancillary Police Station. She was interviewed and referred to the family court for further intervention. Miss St Omer returned that same day, the 19th of February, about 5:10 p.m., to the Ancillary Police Station equipped with an interim protection order for 3 days. Along with that interim protection order was a summon for Primus Tuse to appear before the family court on Tuesday, the 24th day of February 2026. Immediately, the Ancillary Police Station proceeded with Miss Joy St Omer to a residence shared by herself and Mr. Primus Tuse, where the interim protection order was served on Mr. Tuse. He was also served with the summons to appear before the family court on February 24th, 2026. On February 24th, 2026, Ms. St Omer along with Mr. Tuse did appear at the family court, and at that sitting, the interim protection order, or the protection order rather, was extended for 6 months. On Saturday, March 8th, about 6:15 p.m., Miss Joy St Omer again reports to the Ancillary Police Station that she was assaulted at her mother's residence by Primus Tuse. I must say though, on the day that the interim protection order was served, the Ancillary Police Station did assist Miss St Omer in leaving the residence, she said, with Mr. Tuse, and assisted her in getting to her mother's residence at Otabo. The two places of dwelling are within Otabo. On Sunday, March 8th, like I said, Miss St Omer again reported Mr. Tuse for assaulting her at her mother's residence at Otabo. On Monday, the 9th day of March, Miss Joy St Omer was comprehensively interviewed by the Ancillary Police, and a statement was recorded from her in which she recounts other incidents in addition to the assault on Sunday, March 8th. On Wednesday, March 11, after several attempts were made on the days previous to arrest Mr. Primus Tuse, an operation was launched which extended between Canries and Marigot in an effort to locate Mr. Tuse. Mr. Tuse was eventually arrested at his residence about 9 a.m. that March 11th. On Friday, the 13th day of March, Mr. Tuse was formally charged with 2 counts of breaching the protection order, 1 count of harm, 1 count of assault, 1 count of threats. He was taken to court on the Monday following and he was remanded to the Bodley Correctional Facility after the police objected to his bail. On the afternoon of Tuesday, April 21, 2026, the police investigators received information from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution that Mr. Toussey has applied for bail before the High Court. On the morning of Tuesday, 22nd, 2026, the Crown Counsel attached to the Office of the DPP informs the investigator that Mr. Primus has been granted bail at the High Court. The circumstances leading to the bail I am still looking into, and will report on these at a subsequent date. On May 7th, 2026, Ms. Joy St Omer tenders a missive to the Ancillary Police Station, which in short indicated her unwillingness to continue or pursue the matters. Of course, the homicide occurred on May 20th. And as you know, Mr. Primus Toussey has been charged with the murder of Joy St Omer. I will not go into circumstances on the 20th of May as new and emerging details continue to come in, regarding circumstances leading to the homicide. These circumstances form part of the investigation presently being undertaken by the Major Crime Unit, and as such, it would not be prudent at this time to go into the events of May 20th. This morning I did receive a copy of the recognizance to appear that was signed by Mr. Toussey at the High Court. And on that recognition, it does indicate that the sitting judge did review the conditions under which bail was denied. And upon submissions by both prosecution and defense counsel, decided to grant bail to Mr. Toussey. The bail conditions included, but not limited to, the fact that he was not supposed to go within 100 meters of Ms. Joy St Omer. He seemed to have agreed to move to Canries, where he also shared a residence with other relatives. Of course, his travel documents were to be surrendered to the state. He ought not to have applied for other travel documents or attempt to leave the state without informing proper authorities. That forms a timeline on events with Miss Joy St Omer leading to her murder, and I hope that in some part lays to rest some of the concerns and queries that the general public have had over this incident.